clouds, King, the kingdoms will bow down. And every chain will break as broken hearts declare His praise. For who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. Every knee will bow before Him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before Him. Oh, open up the gates, make way before the King of Kings. The God who comes to save is here to set the captives free. For who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. Every knee will bow before Him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before Him. Oh, every knee will bow. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? No one. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Come on. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? No one. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord? Come on, church, we sing. Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. Every knee will bow before Him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before Him. Come on, church, let's lift up a shout of praise this morning. Amen.
Hey everybody, today is going to be even more different than last week. Now, don't get scared. There's a reason for that. Because at our in-person service, we are having something called a Harvest Hangout. And here's why. We want to be very serious about our purpose as a body of believers, as a people following God. And our purpose is this. We exist to engage you with the love of Christ so that all families may find hope and healing and wholeness. So to do that, we're just inviting people to come to our 10 o'clock hour where we gather together. And the way we're going to worship God is by caring for and loving others, by exhibiting Christ's love. We're going to have food, we're going to have fun, we're going to have friendship, all those things so that we can be present with one another. As we seek to be present with God, We're going to be present with others so that they might see the beauty of God in us. Now think about this. We want God to be changing us so that we can be present with others. Now, last week, our prayer was, search me. It was a dangerous prayer, and we get it from David, who writes in the Psalms, search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my concerns. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way. So just to remember what that means, we're asking God to search our heart because we can't trust our heart. It's emotional. It's metaphor for all of our emotions. Can't follow our heart. We can't trust our heart. We need God to search our heart and reveal our fear. Because what we fear reveals where we trust God least. We get that from Pastor Craig Rochelle out in Oklahoma, and he's right. Fear and love don't go together. We ask God to search our heart, reveal our sin, and expose our sin. Where, consciously or unconsciously, where are we saying no to God and yes to me? No to others and yes to me? Where are we being selfish? Where are we making ourselves the center of the universe when we should make Jesus the Lord of our lives? Expose our sin and lead me in the everlasting way. God, show me how to follow Jesus. Now, this week, we are using our time in our in-person service to engage others with the love of Christ. But if you see this, if you are both at our in-person service or you're just online, let me encourage you to do 3 things that I think will help you to engage others with the love of Christ. Number 1 is this. Listen, why don't you invite and treat someone or a whole family to a meal? Invite them and treat them to a meal just to be present with them. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to pray for somebody you don't normally pray for in your circle of people at work, in your neighborhood, the people you meet on the way to work, the people you meet on the way home, the people you see at the local convenience store, whatever it is. I want you to pray for someone you don't normally pray for. And number 3, listen, I want you to do something that blesses your community. Now, for us, next Saturday, the upcoming Saturday, will be the first Saturday of the month. So we're going to participate in a local ministry called People in Need Ministry. So some of us from our community will be investing our time and our talent there just to bless people who are homeless and are part of southeastern Virginia. So let me encourage you, invite someone or treat them to a meal. Pray for someone you don't normally pray for, and do something that blesses your community. Maybe the school near you needs lunch monitors, or they need volunteers to help with getting kids across the street. Maybe you can volunteer at a local food shelter. Maybe you can volunteer to help out your local hospital in some way. Whatever the case is, do something that blesses your community. And let's engage others with the love of Christ so that people can see Jesus, that families can find hope and healing and wholeness. May you be blessed this week. I want to read this prayer that we just read, and I want you to take it in and pray this now, that God may give you a path toward how you engage. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my concerns. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way. May you be blessed so that you may bless others, and that you and those you bless find in Jesus hope and healing and wholeness.
Who can stop the Lord? Come on, church, we sing. I got